Greetings, algo artisans. What do crypto and the sun have in common? Both have shined on me. I know that's cheeseball. It's an AI joke that I generated on the web. And today's video is best AI crypto to invest in 2024, 100x gains? Before we get into it, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're following on X, please follow me on X and hit the like button on the post. All right, so we're going to jump into this pretty quickly. I have a Forbes article that talks about some of the big blue chip AI coins. And I think these are some pretty good picks. And then I have a couple that I dug around and found that I think are going to do well. And I have some mathematical and some market reasons why I think they're going to do really well. As a matter of fact, 100x is like totally possible with these last two. But bear in mind, losing all your money is possible, right? Risking your money on markets is inherently risky. That's why they call it risk. And you can lose your money. So please consult a licensed investment advisor and know that anything we say on here is not to be construed as investment advice. Perfect. Got that out of the way. So this Forbes article, let's start with how it defines AI. Artificial intelligence is a field of computer science enabling machines to make decisions based on data, increasingly mimicking human intelligence. Recently popular examples include AI-generated artwork, where a program interprets user prompts written in natural language to create pieces of digital art, and ChatGPT, an application which is able to write, quote unquote, according to a brief submitted by the user. All right, so we all know what AI pretty much is. AI, machine learning. Let's move down to what is an AI cryptocurrency. AI cryptocurrencies are tokens that power AI blockchain platforms such as their graph. Users spend tokens in order to use the platforms and the benefits of their integrated artificial intelligence. We've looked at some of the leading AI crypto projects according to their market caps and see how AI is being used within the sector. Okay, so ICP, this is an interesting token. I would love for ICP to be successful in its mission. And basically ICP, they call it the internet computer, and it's by Dfinity. I think here it is, built by the Dfinity Foundation. It's the world's first blockchain that is capable of running at web speed at unrestricted capacities. It aims to recreate the web by supporting smart contract development at scale and changing the way people can interact using web services. This is a really cool coin in a way if it's made to be possible, because basically you can decentralize the entire web. You can run a server and then you can make money actually running that server. It's I remember when this coin cost quite a lot more. And I remember when it first came out and it hit the market, I want to say it was at like $14. So it's lower than when it hit the market. And this is in British pounds, this article. Right now a pound is, I think, a little more than $1. So that to say, I think it's a pretty good coin, at least for some gains. Again, the project is super ambitious, right? To replace the web, to get rid of the server stack, essentially, if you're familiar with that language, to get rid of the need for a centralized server where everybody can just have a server in their house. And the internet is run out of servers that are kind of decentralized through wherever you want them to be. Now there's Injective protocol that I think this is a really good coin, and this is going to tie in to the two coins that I like at the end of this that are the possible 10x or 100x or very large gain coins, right? So Injective protocol is a finance focused AI crypto project. It's specifically designed to provide tools for building decentralized finance applications, okay? And I believe it also, it has margin trading, derivatives, and forex futures, trading cross blockchains. It really is something else. It's a great protocol. In fact, I have done a fair amount of coverage on Injective, and I do think it's going to do well, like really well, this coming bull market. Now, of course, it's already at $30. Do I see it being a $1,000 coin? I don't know about that. I mean, it could be. The tokens that really have consistently done well, in my memory, in that really stick out, a lot of different groups of tokens, different kinds of tokens have done well, but finance, like decentralized finance or trading, and lending, those have all been tokens that have done well. Now, lending is a little tricky. You can run into problems with lending. That's how we had, like DeFi lending, that's how we ended up with the Luna problem, and the algorithmic stable coins, things like that. It gets really risky. And I can tell you right now, if you're not in a major bull market and somebody's offering you like more than 10% compounded per month, then I probably would be really suspicious. I personally wouldn't risk that, but you got to do your own research. Just like we said before, we do not give investment advice of any kind. Next is the graph. Okay. Now let's go back. Before we talk about the graph, I want to chart these two, ICP and INJ. We'll just kind of do these two at a time. Okay. So let's go to ICP. Now, this chart currently is on the daily. Okay, so we're just going to take a look at what this has done and what it might do. Okay, so this is going back to 2023, stellar year 2023, for sure. Now, if we go back to the prior bull run, that's going to be pretty amazing. You're going to see that ICP hit the market way higher than this actually hit the exchange higher than I remember. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. I'm going to go to a higher time frame to get a better look at this because the screen is starting to look a bit messy. policy. We're going to look at the monthly so you can really get a clean look at this. Okay. So ICP hit pretty high whenever it got put onto KuCoin, right? So we're going back into history when, wow, ICP was up to, at some point, up past $400. I want to say it didn't start on KuCoin. Let's go over to Binance. I think it hit there first. Nope. No, I think KuCoin is okay. Any rate, we can go back through the prior bull market and trace how well it did. This all kind of looks the same right now. It, aside from when it hit the exchange, it peaked out at about $88, right? And that's in August of 2022, or August of 2021, a lot of coins were hitting their peak. So we got to ignore these first kind of huge bars way up there in the hundreds. I think a reasonable top for this is up at the $88 range. And this is on the monthly chart. So each one of these bars is a month's worth of price action. And now the price is sitting at $10. I think it's realistic the price could go all the way back up to that $90-ish range. That would be giving you a 9 times the current price. I think that's realistic, okay? And just to look how it did in this last kind of bullish move in 2023 might give us a clue. We'll go to the weekly chart. Excuse all that crazy stuff. You're looking at some testing I'm doing for algorithms when you look at those crazy screens. In 2023, the price went from $2.86, so basically $3, all the way up to about 17 or 16 bucks. So you're talking about better than a times 5, like a 5.5. So if you bought ICP back in the kind of the dip in September 2023, then you would have gotten better than a times 5. That's great. Now I think we're going to see at least another times 9, and I do think price could retrace back down. If Bitcoin really retraces in its current time and it goes down significantly, if I were looking to buy some ICP and ICP fell significantly, I might be interested in getting some maybe around $6.40. I might consider getting it around $8.50, but that's going to depend on what the market's doing at that time. And if the price sinks down as low as say $5 or $4.90, I might back up the truck and get some depending on what the market is doing at that time. So I wouldn't simply have buy orders in here. I would be looking at these levels and seeing what was happening at that time. And again, those levels are about $8.50, about $6.40, and about $4.90 or so, maybe $5. And that's in USD dollars. So let's go ahead and take a look at INJ, Injective. And again, we talked about this. It really outperformed a lot of coins back in 2023. I mean, when everything else was either not doing much or not doing anything at all, it was going up. And when everything was going up, it was really going up. So if you had bought Injective back in, say, December 22 or the summer of 22, when everything kind of bottomed out for this coin, it was at $1. It's now at $35 and it went up to $45. So essentially buying it at that dip when it was, I think it was a relatively new coin, I think at that time. So if not, either way, you're getting like a 45x. And I think that the days of getting those kind of returns on Injective may or may not be over. Getting it from $1 to go to $45, that's kind of rare. That's a 45x is hard to get on a coin that's already past like $35. But if Injective takes a hard fall, say Bitcoin takes a hard fall in the next couple of months, I'd be looking at about $27. Maybe I would look at $19.30, so just above $19 would be $19.50, and I would be looking at about $10 as my buy-ins, and I might even consider kind of in between there around $14. But again, as price hit those areas, I would be watching the market to see what it's doing before I simply bought something. I don't blindly just buy things, right? I have an algorithm that tells me when it's good to go ahead and buy it, so on and so forth, right? So back to the article here. There's the graph, GRT. The graph is a protocol for indexing and querying data from blockchains in a similar way that Google indexes and queries data from websites. So the graph is essentially like an AI search bot, essentially. And it's Ethereum based. It's an ERC20, it appears. And it's February 2021 was at $2.09. It's now worth 16 cents. So realistically, GRT could be like going back up to $2, very realistically. And this is on Forbes, so it's getting a lot of attention. So I would look at like $2 and then maybe even well past that, depending on how the entire market does. But going from 16 cents to $2, that's remarkable if it can make it up that high. And by the way, this is pounds, so it's roughly the same as dollars, right? So from 16 pence, if you will, up to 2 and 9. So what is that going to be like? I got to do the math on that. It's not a times 20. It's probably close to a times 12 or 13, something along those lines. That's pretty good. We'll look at the chart. That's GRT, and then we'll look at Render. Render allows artists, and this is one I watched a lot of. Render I knew and had watched last year as well. Market cap is 1.4 billion, which is massive. That's a pretty big coin. Same with the graph. Render allows artists to harness. We're going to start that over. Render allows artists to harness the computing power necessary to render computer graphics from crypto miners who are willing to rent out their graphics processing units. Interesting. So it's kind of like an AI image creator using GPUs from miners. The project was launched in 2017. Render is the native currency of the Render project and users spend it to access the miner's GPU power. The system operates on a proof of work consensus mechanism, which I like. I am old school. I like proof of work. I like that. Proof of stake just seems to me to be a little too convenient and a little too centralizing. I like proof of work. You know where the miners are? You know, sure, one person can own all the miners and technically it's centralized, but at the same time, you can't stop anybody from buying the miners, right? So I don't want to get too far into proof of work, proof of stake. Proof of stake people have plenty of good arguments. I'm not a tech guy. I just like proof of work because I'm old school and that's the end of it. Render currently trades at about $4. It's £3.96 and it's down from November's peak at $5.80. So this is not a huge increase. However, AI generative art is becoming a big thing. There are a lot of free versions of that out there, and then there are a lot of paid versions. So it might be that this becomes at about £4 or really around $4. It becomes a very affordable version of this, and then perhaps the token would be worth a lot more. It just probably really depends on how well the tech can do. So let's look at render and graph. So GRT and RND are on the chart. Hold on a second. Got to go through my screens here. Okay, so GRT, and this will be on the weekly chart. So each one of these bars is a week's worth of price action, really candlesticks, not bars. Right now, GRT, I think I must have misread that article because the graph is trading at 15 cents right now and peaked out at $2.89. So I totally misread that. So we're looking at like a times 15. Yeah, it's like like 15 cents all the way up to $2.90. That's about a times 20 right there. So the graph actually could get a times 20. Realistically, if all it had to do was get to its prior high, and that's a times 20, it could get halfway there, right? And I think, let me look at the algo really quick. Yeah, it's got a little room to move down right now as the market calms down. So as the market calms down, I would be looking at some potential entries if I were interested in grabbing some spot GRT. I would look just at these basic points right here, maybe around 12.6 cents and maybe around 7.7 cents. And if we really saw a tumble down at this low, and I'd front run these, I'd go a little bit higher than those what I just talked about. So instead of 12.6, I might do 13 cents, and then I might do 8 cents, and I might do like maybe 5.5 cents. That's where I would swipe up some render. And you're looking at potentially well over a times 20. That's huge. If that worked out, it would be like putting in, $100 to make 2,000. That's gorgeous. And, any of these Forbes article coins, those are good. Like they were good before. Now they're still good. They've been around. They've had time to develop. They've made it through the last bear, which is a big deal if you can make it through a bear market. So let's roll over to RNDR. Maybe this is the one that I thought I misread. Let's see. RNDR. Okay, no. I think I read GRTs properly. I think I used it for RNDR price. So RNDR has continued to do well. It bottomed out. If you had bought it at the bottom, it would have been at 38 cents and you would have had a times 10 already buying at the bottom back in October of 2022 or even January of 23. So render would have killed it if you would have bought it back then. Now that it's gone up so much, there's a couple things can happen. It could stay like solid and continue to grow and you just never get a good entry, or it could go down significantly, but I honestly don't think it's going to go down really unless there's a pretty big contraction in the entire market. I don't expect for it to go down below $1.23, and quite frankly, I think a decent sort of prior range high would be right at about $2 or $2.15. Anything, look, if you're interested in render and you think it's really going to do really well, like you think it's going to just really go really high, I don't think it has the same kind of room to grow just based on the prior move that it made. You have coins that used to be worth $30 and now they're worth like $3 or $1.50. This one topped out at about $8, say $8.75, and it's already at $3.80. So if you're just going by that one metric alone, not a lot of room to go up. However, render might have grown, might have really made some big changes ever since that last market, and that's why it only went so high back then. This move up could be because the tech is that good, and in reality this was underpriced back here, right? So who knows? Render could go to a lot. You could get a times 100 out of this. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think this is going to go to $400 per token, but anything is possible, right? This is one I would watch. Maybe I would trade because it would be bullish. I don't know that I would hold a lot of spot for it. Just my own preference is not for these kind of coins, but hey man, I don't know, maybe I'm missing the boat. I could be missing an opportunity not buying it, but it's not one I would focus on. So let's roll back to the Forbes article, and there's Theta. Theta is one that's very popular amongst my community. Theta Network is a blockchain that is purpose-built for video streaming. It aims to decentralize video streaming, operating a peer-to-peer video delivery network. Companies' promises are like many metaverse business plans: reduce cost, transfer power from companies to masses to eliminate intermediaries. According to Theta, this vision would give a bigger piece of the pie to content creators and make video cheaper for consumers. I think it's great. I think Theta is a hell of a coin. I always have, and I know the community is like really big on Theta. You get these massive moves up when it goes, and it's currently at $1.10. And then I think the last one that we're going to look at here will be Rose, which is Oasis Network. And Oasis Network describes itself as the first privacy-enabled blockchain platform for open finance and responsible data economy. In practice, meaning that it hasn't does it have a proof of concept? Market cap is at 757 million pounds, which is roughly the same amount of dollars. The project is a proof-of-stake blockchain network designed to enable privacy-preserving open finance in contrast to other blockchains to offer a relative lack of privacy. Rose, the native currency of Oasis Network, currently trades at 11 pence, I think that would be, so roughly 10 cents, down from its January 22 high of 41 pence, roughly 41 cents, right? So that being the case, we'll take a look at Rose. It's only, in this case, it's only a ×4, but again, it could be that its January 22 high was a function of it being relatively new tech and it just hadn't been developed yet, and maybe the potential for this is extremely high. You know, it's relatively low. It's a little bit lower market cap than the other coins, and it is privacy finance. I mean, who knows? Maybe it could blow up in a good way. So let's take a look at Theta, and then we'll take a look at Rose, aka Oasis. All right, well, let's roll over to the chart here. I want to say Theta goes back to like 2017. It's been around for a long time. It's one of those old, for those of you who are in the community, it's one of the old Cliff High tokens. At least as per 2021, its high was $16, and it is now sitting below 10 cents. Theta is also one of the many coins you can stake and earn, at least you could before. I don't know if it still is the case, right? So a high of, say, $16-ish. Now you're down at about $1. I think it even could go lower from what I can see in the charts here. I think a lot of coins are going to be contracting a bit. And if I were looking to pick up some cheap Theta, I probably would be looking like maybe around 84 cents, maybe a little bit higher, so 85 cents. And then I probably would look around maybe 69 or 70 cents. And if it sweeps down pretty low, the lows are around 50 cents, 53 cents. So I'd be happy to pick up anything in this price range, especially anything below like 85 cents would be pretty good. But 85 cents I think is a decent place to buy. It just depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin contracts a lot, then it's going to pull a lot of coins down most likely. So you might get these lows in here, but these are decent buy areas. And of course, it went up to $16. And I could tell you the community is very into this coin. I think that that's a coin that a lot of believers hold. And so it could eclipse the highs or at least approach the highs. And you could be easily looking at a ×10 or even ×20. Who knows? Again, nothing's guaranteed, but those are reasonable numbers if you ask me. Let's look at Rose, aka Oasis. Okay, Rose showing a lot of volatility here and a lot more range in price. Let me delete those drawings, although I probably should have kept those. Those are prior looks at this. It goes back to before 2021, and you're looking at a high of 60 cents. It is now down to 9 cents. So if it were simply to reapproach and reclaim that high, you would be looking at a ×6, right? I do think it will continue down, and the lines I had drawn before were prior highs, kind of what used to be resistances, now supports. I do think a decent place to buy Rose is going to be around 82 cents, right? And if the whole market crypto contracts quite a bit, I think you might get some good deals down around the 50 cent range, or even the 46, 47, 48 cent range. I think if you could swipe some Rose down there, it would be pretty good. And again, let's just say you get it down here in this range, then you're getting, a ×10 instead of from 10 cents to 60, that's roughly a ×6. You can swipe down here, maybe get a ×10. Again, that is reliant, it is predicated on the market doing really well and going back up to where it went before. And we are approaching a bull market, and this would be the time for such things to happen. So those are the blue chips. And let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of coins that I dredged up, just a little research on the internet that I think might do well and give us some much larger gains. This one's cool. Cent Galaxy, Trade the Chains. They're all, this is a coin that basically it's about trading. They're going to offer, it's under development, so some of these things may not be available just yet. but yeah, there's a non-custodial wallet. So there is a wallet you can use. And I think for them being non-custodial means that you hold it. You hold the keys. Pretty sure that's what that means. And that's what most people want. They want non-custodial, right? So I think if it was custodial, they probably wouldn't say anything. Then you have the fiat on-ramps. You can buy directly through this. And this is an AI sentiment coin, basically, right? So we're looking at the website. Let's go ahead and see what CoinGecko says to say about it. So this is essentially a coin. Here it is. Buy, sell crypto assets with top tier security, intuitive interface, and free cold offline storage, right? So there it is custodial for you, non-custodial for them. So this is a coin where essentially it has an AI sentiment reader, right? So sentiment has to do with people, like how people are feeling about the market. Like if sentiment is super bearish, it might be that people are selling a lot of coins, but then you have contrarian traders who might actually be trading against the sentiment, right? So charts will reflect usually older sentiment, and this product has all of that information all together here. You got cross-chain swaps as well, mobile trade, the chain access. So this is a pretty interesting coin. It's definitely an interesting coin, and you can buy, you can trade, and you can study, and it's all right on there. And the reason I like it has to do with the fact that it's a trading coin. So these last two that I'm going to talk about are trading coins, okay? And that's why I like Injective. That's what I was saying earlier, and quite frankly, I think Rose might not be such a bad idea. Coins that are trading coins always have use, right? If you have an exchange in the crypto universe, people will go there and trade. The coin will get used. What if the AI thing doesn't take off? There's lots of places to get AI that might even be easier used than using GRT. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying that's the case, but for crypto traders, they're always going to be looking for that exchange that maybe has like the coin they want, or maybe it's got the way that their trading desk is. They like that, or maybe it's got the liquidity they want, or it's got whatever features that make them want to go to that exchange. And trading coins work. Trading coins do well. That's why Injective has done so well. It is a trading coin and it is a DeFi coin. And sentiment is down at the, what is that? 1.5 thousandths of a cent of a penny, right? 1.5 thousandths of a penny. Now, what we want to pay attention to is it's an older coin. And if we look at the price, right? If we look at the price of this coin and we go back on this chart on CoinGecko, the highest price it reached was at about 12.5, say 13 cents, right? So that's like, that's 100 times. Like all price would have to do is go back to its high from back in 2021 and you would actually see 100 times gain, essentially, right? I mean, that's all it has to do. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. This coin could turn into nothing. It's a high, even as crypto goes, this is a high risk look, right? But even back here in September of 2022 on the way down, it was at 1.4 cents, which is 10 times its current value at $0.0015 dollars, right? So at basically 1.5 tenths of a cent. It was 10 times that on the way down in September, and it was nearly 100 times that at the peak in September of 2021. So just looking at where it went before, plus it's a 2017 coin. It's been around since then, right? A lot of coins did not, was it 2017? Did I just lie about that? Hold on. 2021. All right, so sorry, not 2017. This chart at least goes back to 2021. So it made it through the last bear. A lot of trash coins don't make it through the bear. They just fall apart. Nobody has them. Nobody wants them. Nobody buys or sells them. This one has kept its community alive, and they have a working website, and I think they might have some proof of concept. Definitely a coin that looks like it's more under development. I mean, the trading volume is like $1,300. I believe you can get it over on Uniswap. So let's see here. Yeah, there's a contract right there. It's on Ether. It's an ERC20 token, it looks like. The website is centtoken.com. And again, high risk. Do your own research. Just letting you know, though, it has been about 100 times higher than it was, and it is a trading token in a way. It's a few different things, but among them, it's a trading token, and you've already seen the website. So the next coin we're going to look at, and this is the one I think could even do better, it's DexCheck. Okay, so let's roll to the website really. Looking at, and I can't make this any bigger than this. I couldn't zoom on this, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and look website. Nice looking website. You've got token analytics, right? DexCheck is another trading coin, right? AI boosted analytics for crypto NFT domination. So this actually feeds into NFT as well. Got a nice looking website too. It's got a robot owl. There's staking. You can buy the coin itself. You can buy it on KuCoin, Gate, MexC, BitGet, PancakeSwap, or Uniswap. There's the token utility. So you can unlock, pro analytics tools, private sales access, influence through the DAO governance, access to premium group and support, earn rewards through staking. So it's a full on ecosystem practice practically. And it's a pretty good looking website, actually. So you can trade with this, and you can gather a lot of, trade, you can do private sales and things like that. I don't know that it has like a, trading desk per se. So market cap is $7 million, right? Your 24-hour trading dollar value is about 1 million. So it's actual trading is about 1/7 of its market cap per day. That's a fair amount of volume, to be honest. Let's go back to its history. As far as CoinGecko will take us, going back to, what is this? July of 2023. So it's relatively new, at least on CoinGecko. And we're looking at the price at 4 cents, right? And right now it's actually not that much lower. It's not that this is one of those coins that's been really high before. Maybe it'll go high again, right? It's not that. It's roughly the same price. But I would look at, because it didn't go through the last bull, right? At least not according to this. According to CoinGecko, that's the price history that this has. I can't go back any further than that, right? So that is the case. Then this coin is a bit of an unknown, but it has an awful lot of utility. It was down to about 0.029, so to like 3 cents, and it's still on its way up 4 cents. And it's been pretty stable all throughout 2023, which is good. It had its peak when everything else peaked, but I just think utility, the analytics, the AI analytics, all of that, this could be another one of those bangers. And it's an unknown because we haven't seen where it's gone. We haven't seen its past price. So this is kind of one where I would be personally interested in it because it is a trading token and it's so many things, but the AI analytics are going to be big. I remember back in 2017, what was the name of that token? I've forgotten now. But there was a token that was supposed to predict with AI the price of coins, and that token really sold well. It didn't really do that well. I mean, it did okay with its predictions. It wasn't bad. It was a very popular coin. People certainly purchased it. So at any rate, this is kind of a longer look, but I just wanted to get to these last two coins here and talk about them. And again, they're exchange tokens. They allow for the purchase of dough, and I think that's always going to be like a safe personally, but that's just my opinion. Once again, I'll say not investment advice. So if you like this, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're following on X, please like and follow me, Algo Cowboy, on X. Come on over to algofactory.tech. We actually have beginner courses for trading. Remember, we help people learn how to trade, and they can trade Forex, stocks, crypto, you name it. We help people start from the beginning, and we help you build a trading method, which is known as an algorithm. And then you are so interested, we can help you get on the path, build that into a coded algorithm that you can have trade for you when you're not sitting at the computer. That's something that we help people get down the path to doing. We even have some coders who are in with us doing it. And I have 3 of my own algorithms coded right now. And one of them is linked to one of my exchanges and is in testing mode. So, I mean, this is real. We're doing this for real. So come on over to Algo Factory, www.algofactory.tech. There will be a QR code on the screen, as you're going to see in a minute here. Upgrade your life, right? Trade your job, upgrade your life. We'll see you over there. All right, hope you enjoyed the show. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. On the screen there, you can see our website, algofactory.tech. Tap that QR code to take you straight there. I'm also very active on X. That's algo_factory777. We got TikTok and Rumble. In the meantime, we hope to see you over at the website. Come on over, trade your job, upgrade your life. We'll see you there.